Did you know that the Rolls-Royce PLC usually select the driver for any of their cars being sold? Yes, they are very mindful of who sits behind the steering. They know that these are luxury cars, and most often the people who buy it will usually not be the driver, and so they will ask you to submit the names of the proposed driver. If your driver does not meet their criteria, they will reject the driver and go further by making recommendations or asking you to submit the names of other drivers. This is the least condition to be met before you be allowed to buy a Rolls-Royce car. Rolls-Royce is a luxury brand that is meant for the 1% of the 1% of the world. In fact, buying a Rolls-Royce car is more of like a business deal, because they would usually give you terms and conditions which you must meet before they will agree to sell any of their cars to you. If you break any of the conditions after buying any of the cars, they would usually sanction you by not selling any of the parts to you. And you know what? They are the only producers of this part. So how would you do? And that's why most individuals would usually stick to these conditions. So you see, it is a business deal. In fact, they don't care if you don't buy from them. They are more concerned about sustaining the prestigious brand. So they don't give a damn if you decide to walk away. As usual, I remain your guy, Dave. I'll be taking you through the conditions for which any of the Rolls-Royce will be sold to you, so that you can get yourself acquainted with this condition should you want to get for yourself in future. Anything is possible. It might not be now. If you can dream it, you can actually achieve it. So stay with me while I take you through these conditions. You'll be shocked at the end of this video what these conditions are. The Rolls-Royce PLC usually request for the statement of account of anyone who wants to buy any of their car. This is because they know it is a luxury brand and so much money is required for the maintenance. And so if they discover that you cannot afford the running cost of these cars, in most instances they will refuse to sell their cars to you. Yes, as serious as that. Their preference is usually for the rich, the wealthy, celebrities, and people of higher social status. They know that these people can easily afford to dish out any amount of money to maintain their social status, and so they are not worried about selling any of their cars to this class of people. Rolls-Royce cars are highly customizable. They allow the buyers to customize their cars the way they want it. Any Rolls-Royce that you see on the street is the image and idea of the buyer. This is because in most instances, they will allow you to choose the color, the interior, and the design. When it comes to the color, Rolls-Royce has over 40,000 colors that you can choose from. If, however, your friend has a particular Rolls-Royce and you love the color and you want that same color on your own car, Rolls-Royce will have to call that your friend and get approval from him before painting exactly same color on your own car. This is because Rolls-Royce PLC does not want any of their cars to have exactly same features. You are allowed to choose any color of your choice. Take for instance, if you see a particular color somewhere and you love that color, what Rolls-Royce will do is they will send their team of experts to that place who will go and study that color and then produce exactly that same color for you. Rolls-Royce usually pays so much attention to the color, which is regularly called the surface finishing, because they know the surface finishing is what projects the luxury brand to the world. Like other luxury brands, Rolls-Royce does not allow any of their cars to be serviced by a roadside mechanic or outside of the recommended workshop. In fact, they frown seriously at this. You could even be sanctioned if they discover that your car was repaired by a mechanic workshop that is not recommended. They usually have designated workshop for your cars to be repaired, and if you decide to go repair your car in any mechanic workshop outside of the designated one, they would sanction you immediately by not selling any of the parts to you. And so anything that has to do with repairs and replacement of parts must come from the Rolls-Royce PLC. Yes, you signed this business deal at the beginning, and so you can't go against it. The Rolls-Royce cars are luxury brand, and because they are highly customizable, they are usually not mass produced. If you want to get any of the cars, you would have to place an order and wait for a period of time. The waiting period is usually 12 months, and so if you think you have the patience to pay for a car and wait for a period of 12 months, then you are good to go. A waiting period of 12 months is usually given because most of these cars are done manually. Most of these cars are produced manually, and so more attention, more details is given to the design and the production, and that's why it takes as long as 12 months. And if you wait for this long period of time, you will certainly be happy with what you will get at the end of the 12 months. When you buy a Rolls-Royce car, it doesn't mean that it has completely becomes yours. This is because part of the conditions you will sign is that when you are tired of using the car, you would have to return the car back to Rolls-Royce. Yes, you would have to return it back to them. And if you go against any of these rules, you could actually be blacklisted. Yes, Rolls-Royce PLC will blacklist you from buying any of their cars. What this means is in future you cannot buy any of their cars. Rolls-Royce cars are not the regular cheap cars that you see on the street. Usually they are sold within the range of $300,000 to $450,000 or 222 million naira to 333 million naira. But come on, now juju be this. Why would I have to go through so much conditions like this to spend my hard-earned money? Anyway, these are some of the things that come with luxury brands like the Rolls-Royce. Would you go through all this to spend your hard-earned money? Please let me know your opinions in the comment section. Like, share and follow this page for more tech reviews.